Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be talking on dating. When are you ready to date? When is the right age to date? When do you think you're mature enough to date? You see, questions which roam around really unanswered or not addressed. We are going to be addressing that today. And also more importantly, is dating good or bad? Because many people have this conception dating is bad, dating is good, but really I'm going to stand to say dating is not really bad in itself. It's good because it's what you do during dating that makes it either good or bad. So the choices you make, the actions you carry out during your dating is what determines whether you will come out with a good experience out of it or a bad experience out of it. You see, bad dating is when you're young and you get involved with this person, and before you know it, the baby comes which you were not expecting one. And good dating is when you actually know this person, and for several years you're together, and you finally get married even without sleeping together. The difference is the choices the people made during their dating. So we are going to answer those questions right away. When should you start dating? When are you mature? How do you know you are ready for this thing? And so right now, let's begin. But remember to hit that subscribe button down there and let's go. Oh, so if I stand for dating being good just as much as what you do during it and how prepared you are for it, then let's look at exactly when do you know you're ready to date. Number one, when you understand the benefits and dangers of dating, then you're ready to date. Today, most of the times we are just excited about the butterfly feeling in our stomach, the imagination that our brains give us about actually being together with this person, holding hands, having fun, having a good time. That's right, but you must dedicate yourself to also understand the dangers that could come with dating. You understand? So if you have that balance, so you're going in conscious on what it has for you and what it can take away from you. So certain ages already cancelled out. I doubt by 12 you already understand the full dangers of dating. Or some people even by 14. This thing, it differs with culture. But until you fully grasp the benefits and the dangers, you are not yet ready. So remember, I said your dating is only as good as what you do during that dating. Dating in itself is not bad. So you must understand as a second point God's standard for dating, because today different cultures, the world, custom, traditions, nations have their own standards for relationships. But if you are created by a creator, you need to understand his standards for you to make the most out of those intimate relationships with the opposite sex. The importance of standards is that they protect you. You understand? So you know what to do and what not to do, because you can't just jump into dating with an experimentation mentality, because if you want to really learn just by experimenting, that's when you actually taste the bitter side of dating. So secondly, go understand God's standards for dating. And the third point to actually know you're mature, you're ready for dating, is that you should have an edifying objective, because objective matters. The purpose of you doing anything is more important than what you do exactly. Why do you want to date? What is your objective? Good objectives are to grow, to learn about yourself, to learn about the opposite sex, to learn about how to handle your emotions. And you shouldn't just jump into dating because you feel lonely. That is a wrong objective. And you find yourself being attached to the person so much so that the day they leave you, you find your whole life torn apart. That is the bad side of dating. So you want to clarify your objectives. You shouldn't just jump in because you're depressed from a broken relationship, and so you're just looking for someone new to date again. You see, your objectives are not clear. So the fourth point and the fourth step to know you're ready for dating is when you don't just understand your creator's standards for dating, like we saw in point two, but you make up your mind to adopt them and use them as boundaries for your dating. Every dating experience, if it must be enjoyable, you must have boundaries. Boundaries are not really there to limit you. In the book Boundaries in Dating, the authors talk about how boundaries are there to protect you like a fence, so you know how far you should go. The truth is, many people make certain mistakes in dating, not really because they had that intention, but just because there were no boundaries, there were no speed limits, they just kept accelerating, and before you knew it, bam, what they didn't expect happened. But really, so if you have those boundaries, the fourth point, you actually protect yourself. I have a boundary like I don't have to be at my date's house beyond maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 5 p.m. when it's dark. And not really because you think something is going to happen after that, but no, it's just a boundary which following that boundary, nothing could ever happen. Yeah. And the fifth point for you to know really that you're mature for dating is that you're not desperate, really. Desperation is a killer because the moment you're desperate, you don't even judge people's characters when you're jumping into dating. You just want to have someone to call a lover, you just want to have someone to love you, and that mostly happens to people who are feeling lonely, depressed. It means you actually have some other things you haven't dealt with, some tiny little issues in your personality. So I really advise you take the fifth point very serious. So never be desperate. A wise man said, you are not ready to date until you don't need to. You don't have to have that need. You should date because you want to, and you're ready, and you pass these 5 steps we just looked at. So I'm going to repeat this again. I mean, it's worth repeating. Dating in itself is not bad. You see, in the church, it's treated in a kind of weird way, but really, it's good. It's what makes it bad is the things you do when you're entering the dating, when you're into dating. So make up your mind to learn these 5 steps and actually use them to check yourself if you're mature enough. Do you fully understand the benefits and the dangers, chances of unwanted pregnancies or disease or emotional disappointment after a breakup? You must understand these benefits and dangers and be ready to bear them. Also, secondly, you understand your creator's standards. And thirdly, you should have edifying objectives. Okay, your objectives and goals should be to grow, to learn about yourself, to learn about the opposite sex, to build intimate relationships, to learn how to trust people. And without those edifying objectives, you're not ready. And fourthly, make up your mind to have standards during dating. Boundaries. Use your creator's standards as boundaries. We are never going to go this far. We are not going to do this. We are going to do this. We will never find ourselves here at this time. So all those things are just to make your freedom have some law. Remember, freedom without law is anarchy. And once there's a little bit of limitation, you actually try to make the most of every time you have together because you know there is a limit to all of that. And finally, the fifth, you don't have to be desperate. So dating is good and it's enjoyable, a moment to grow, to connect, to love, to share. I mean, you and like every human has love within. Our Father in heaven is love, so we have that love and we have that desire to share it. But the problem is we engage without that understanding. So put this to practice and just tell me in the comments below what you think about them. Perhaps you could also have a better idea or something else to be conscious of before you actually engage in dating. I'll be glad to learn from you in the comments below. And also share all your questions, put all your questions below. I'll be happy to answer them. So let me guess, you're ready to date, or probably you were about engaging in a dating relationship, or you're already dating. Wonderful. So congrats, learn this, apply them. And if you love this video, click the like button somewhere there just to support us and support our team here, and just leave a comment what you like it. And I'll encourage you, do me a favor, if you loved it, just share it on social media Facebook, whatever account you have, and we really appreciate that so much. Also, at Wisdom for Dominion, we encourage reading. So, below in the description, I've included two exciting, wonderful books that will help you continue on your dating and relationships journey. Check them out. I so love them. Also, please don't forget hit the subscribe button for more interesting videos every week. So, thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video.